Hi, this is Brigitte for Tasteittv. I'm sitting with Josh. Josh, sorry, on the stairs. So Josh from Silverstein. So hi, Josh. How have you been?
I've been great. Yeah, it's been a little while since we've seen each other, but we've been busy. We've just been playing shows. So same old.
Yeah, you've been on the road like so long. How long have you been away from home?
Well, we've pretty much been on the road straight since January, and what is it, July now?
Yeah.
So since then, but even technically, I guess you could say we've been out for the last 4 years because we haven't had more than like a month and a half off in 4 years. So been staying pretty busy, playing as many shows as we can. Yeah.
And what will you be doing after the Warped Tour? Still more touring?
We actually finally have a little bit more time off. We're taking a little over a month off to just kind of regroup and take a break, just remove ourselves from the whole band thing for a moment. So that'll be nice. And then after that, we're doing Canada with Under Oath, and then back into the States doing a full U.S. tour. Finally headlining again. It's been a while since we headlined. Yeah, it should be good.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And what will you be doing like on your time off?
I don't know. Hopefully not much of anything. I'm looking forward to just kind of sitting back and relaxing. Yeah.
Oh, where do you live actually?
I live in a town called Waterloo, Ontario, which is about like an hour and a half from Toronto.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so funny because we have Waterloo in Belgium too.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, there's a couple Waterloos. There's actually a Waterloo in the States as well that I was almost going to move to. Just out of coincidence, it was weird. Yeah.
And in Canada, so the temperature there is probably a lot less than it is here.
Definitely than it is right here in Fresno. But it still gets pretty hot, and the area we're from gets fairly humid too. So it's here you get more of that dry heat. So it's not too bad. You can kind of escape it if you get in the shade, but yeah.
And how do I have to imagine like your home place? Because a lot of bands, we've heard that they just have a storage place and they don't even have a house. How's that with you?
I've actually got a pretty nice place. I got a little 2-bedroom apartment that I share with my girlfriend and my cat, and we've been working on it a bunch and decorating it. It looks pretty cool. So it's not just a place where I keep my stuff. She actually lives there the whole time, so she keeps it nice and clean and decorated and stuff. So I get to come home to like a nice home. It's pretty cool. I couldn't imagine coming home from like having your life so up in the air on tour and having it the same at home. Just having like a place where you keep your stuff. It's kind of weird, but it's necessary for some bands, I'm sure. Yeah.
And does the cat still recognize you when you come back home?
Oh yeah, he gets really happy when I get home. It's funny. He acts more like a dog than a cat. He gets really excited, but
he's like wagging his tail, or
well, not really wagging his tail, but he definitely gets excited and runs around and wants to play with me. Yeah, it's really cool. Whenever I leave, he actually gets really upset, and he almost gives me the cold shoulder. He won't talk to me. I'll go to say goodbye. I'll try and pet him, and he'll run away. It's really funny because he just somehow knows that I'm leaving. Yeah. It's weird.
It must be hard, no, being on the road so long. How do you cope with that?
Basically, I'm doing what I love, so it's not too difficult for me. It definitely wears thin, and I miss home, and I miss my friends and family and stuff like that. But I don't know. I've always wanted to play guitar in a band, so I'm doing that. So I can't really complain too much. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Playing good shows makes it worthwhile. We get to make a lot of friends on the road, all over the world, and just rocking and hanging out with them keeps us going. It's cool.
So you like meeting the fans? Do you take a lot of time?
Yeah. That's a big thing that keeps us sane. If it was just the 5 guys in the band, isolated all the time, just doing interviews and then playing a show and then flying or driving to the next show, it would get pretty tedious. I think it would wear thin. But seeing all these fresh faces, meeting new people, it's a lot of fun. It keeps us going for sure. Yeah.
Well, doing interviews, are there any questions that you have never been asked but that you would like us to ask?
That's a hard question. I don't know.
You have like 10 seconds to think about it.
None that I can think of off the top of my head. I find the best interviews are the ones that don't ask just like the typical questions, like where the band name came from, things like that. Like,
Where did
people
the
want
band
it-
name came from?
No, it's not a bad question. Everybody wants to know, but everybody wants to know. So you answer that question so many times, it's hard to keep it fresh. I like when people have like just questions that are a little more fun to answer, and you have to actually think about. It's not just the same answer that you always give. So, do you really want to know where the band name came from, or?
No, I know already because like in Belgium I messed up and I said Silverstein
Yeah.
because like it's it's a German word. So we
Over in
pronounce it-
Europe, that's the only place we let people get away with that. If they say it here, if they're like, yeah, Silverstein, we're like, hey, no, it's Silverstein. It sounds way better when you say Silverstein, but over in Europe, we let them say it because it just sounds right with the accent. Yeah,
I've learned my lesson, so I won't say Silverstein again.
fine.
Well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna try to ask some weirder questions.
Yeah.
Like, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, I think I do. I definitely, I don't know. I've been freaked out by things. We played a bunch of venues that apparently have some sort of haunting history and stuff like that, and it's always fun to go exploring and try and scare yourself a little. Yeah, I see no reason why not. Something's got to be happening after we die. I don't know.
What do you think that happens after you die?
I'm not really sure. I believe in like kind of the spirit, I think, so I could see some people kind of lingering around. Yeah, I think it makes sense. I don't know. There's no science to really support it, but that's fine.
Well, maybe like a bit of a morbid question now. Would be the worst the worst way for you to die?
I don't know. My friend actually came up with an idea of that, and I think it sounds pretty horrible. He was just, if you look behind you here, and you see all the seats in like this big auditorium, he was saying that it would be pretty awful to die like in the middle of the floor here with like everybody that you know, like your friends, your family, even people that you don't like, sitting in the seats just watching you, not able to help you, just seeing everybody that you've ever known. That would be pretty horrible, right? Yeah. So that popped into my head. Yeah, that would be pretty horrible. Yeah, I'll stick with that. That works, right? That would suck. That would suck.
I think so.
All right.
And imagine that you are a serial killer.
Okay.
And
See, these are fun questions.
thank you. I'm doing my best. And you had to kill someone.
Okay.
How would you kill them and make them suffer the most?
I think I saw in a movie once that they were torturing somebody by pulling off their toenails. I think that would be a good place to start because that wouldn't really hurt them, other than the fact that it would like hurt a lot, like it wouldn't kill them. So that would be a nice slow way to start. I don't know.
You have to brush up
I'm a
on
really
your-
peaceful person. I'm not very
Yeah.
violent, so I'm not very good at this.
Oh, yes, you are. You started already with the toes, so it's already something.
Yeah, start with the toes and just work your way up. I don't know.
Well, you know what? You can think about it like for next time you come to Europe and interview, and we'll have an interview with you again, and then you have to answer us.
You know what? I just came up with something, and it's again from a movie.
Yeah.
In one of the movies in the like, Silence of the Lambs thing, I forget which one it was, but when he feeds the guy his own brain at the end. Yeah, that would be pretty rad to feed somebody themselves, make them eat themselves to death.
Yeah.
That would be pretty gnarly.
So there's a darker side to you after all.
That's pretty dark, yeah.
So we got that out of you.
Yeah, I'm glad that's out. I feel a lot better now.
I see that. No, but you're a very peace-loving person.
Yeah, I'm a humanitarian. I like people, and I just like everybody. I like everything. I just want everybody to get along and be happy. So I don't really see myself killing anybody.
A little bit of a philosophical question now.
Okay.
Do you think that people can be truly happy?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think the biggest problem is a lot of people look outside themselves for things to make them happy, and really you have to look within. And I think you can be truly happy, but it's got to come from within. There can't be things that come into your life that make you happy, because that's not true happiness. It's got to be just being content